So first of all, I want to say thank you, God. I need to say that because as angry as I get, as frustrated as things can get, um, I need to be thankful I'm not doing what this trash doing. This trash interacting with me, their job is simple. As they create whatever reality they want to, they also have to counter reality. It's a mixture of falsifying, manipulating, and also blocking out. They call it counter. And for me, when I hear this trash talking to me, and I know they try to make themselves sound more childlike. Some of them are actually children, but they try to even sound more childish because they think that when they speak in that way, the reality of what they said is not what it sounds like. These bottom feeders of the trash, you know, and they know that I stand on what I'm saying. I think at this point, they know that if we see each other in person, I really see them for the shit that they are, truly. Matter of fact, yesterday I was at the elevator. There's this shit next door. I don't even want to talk to this person. I don't even want to be in his area. It's like, do your nasty things. You're gonna see, watch all the horrible things, but go do your nasty thing. I see you for the trash that you are. And I couldn't even say hi to this low life. Now I don't think I'm better than people. That's not why I don't want to interact with this person. It's because I know what he's involved in. And earlier I just heard this trash saying, "You wiped her." Listen, if you go to my video, you'll see different versions of the things they created. They have to create different storylines. One of the videos you'll see, you washed your hand. You did this, and they try to find ways to create this new version of this inappropriate moment of a child that was impulsive. Listen to all the stories you're going to hear is how they create stories. They had these perps who involved in this program that torture children as the test subjects. They are structuring reality and memories in ways they want, and they really make me think and make me have those imagination. That's why I make videos of that, because you will see a pattern of the story that are being manipulated to think in certain ways. You see, one day is this way, then the other day is that way. So you'll see how they create this thing, and all purposes of try to get you to imagine that to have been experienced. It's so ridiculous. The way they can play with your memories is just surreal. And you see the steps of the different ways they try to get you to think. So nasty. But that's how nasty these low life are. What I did as a child was such an impulsive moment, but they want to make it look like it's something that was more like thought of. So in the first video, I talked about how they even try to create something else. It's something about you wash your hands. It's basically trying to make me imagine after I did this inappropriate thing to myself, to make me imagine it in the way that they wanted to have been done. They make me have a memory manipulated where I washed her hand. It's so disturbing. And of course, it's the way they falsify memories to create this thing because, children have impulsiveness of children. A child can do something impulsive, and that was such a very impulsive moment of a kid in middle school. Never happened again. So that's why they try to find ways of creating patterns, and when there's not a pattern, it's just a single moment that never happened again. But how can they create this to be something that happened again, or create a more thought of situation instead of this impulsiveness? And so they made me imagine you wash your hands. This is so disgusting. It's like, okay, no, that's not true. I just did what I did, and whoop, that was it. Now they try to make me imagine, no, but you wiped her hands. And truly make me imagine that. You can see what they're trying to do. Because now, first of all, what I did is to myself. So they will try to make me imagine that her using her hand or so as a thing that happened, which is falsified. So they try to make me imagine that. It's so disgusting. And they're making me imagine me wiping a hand of a child. To make me imagine me as a child doing what they wish happened instead of me doing something to myself as a child. They are rewiring memories to create these stories. But these bottom feeders are the trash that are involved in a program that, first of all, make people think in these disturbing ways when they see children, and then make you, for me, in my case, manipulate memories of this action of an inappropriate action of a child to make it worse so they can make themselves believe that there's these protectors of children. There are bottom feeders that even torture children themselves. Actually, these people, like I said, the testimonials of what they do to children is very well documented. You will not miss a testimonial that shows that they do these horrible things to children. They do this. They harm kids. They torture them. That's why they create even the story where the two figures just like, nah, that was abuse he did. See, that's why, because they actually torture them. They burn them. They sexually torment. They violate these kids. So for me, it's been tried to now you use her hands. Oh no, but okay, you see the proof that you use her. You wiped her before it was wash her hand. Now you wiped her hands. They are trying to create these stories, to create this false reality, because no, it's not true. What I did as a kid, I did it to myself, and that's all I did. Is just and then I don't even. I clean. I don't even. I just. But they're trying to make me imagine to create that stories, and so to hear these kids, I don't even know if it's the kids. I don't care. But they try to sound like children. Try to make me believe this. For me, when I see them, I understand. You are involved in a program that torture babies. I know that. The things that you try to create is what you can make me imagine. I know. You are proving nothing. You work for governmental entities that actually are a threat to children, you piece of shit. It's okay. You're low life. They don't contract bottom feeders like that because of their intellect. Because of their analytical ways. They're trash wanting to create this false reality. You work for governmental entities. I know that's trash. But when you come up with this new version, you wash your hand, you wipe your hand, tomorrow is going to be something else. But these bottom feeders I will never let them escape from the reality. Now, for me, I know it's going to be bad. They tell me how they're going to frame me. Matter of fact, this bottom feeders who's saying this trash, this disturbing thing, you wiped your hand. There's probably some trash that's going to say that I've raped her or the nastiness. Can you imagine? This sounds like a child. I hope that she continue on this path. I hope that this childlike individual continue on this path, see the future, the bright future waiting for her. I'm saying that with the most disrespectful ways, because I know anybody speaking this way, anybody who live this life will not have a good life. I guarantee you that. There's no amount of screaming or dying or that I'm gonna experience that's gonna change that. I rather scream in hell than be involved in this nastiness that torture children and be like, you wipe your hand, trash ass, and then try to be fierce, open the door, slam the door. The reason why you don't want to be seen because you know I'm going to look at you for the trash that you are. To try to even exaggerate an inappropriate action of a kid in middle school to the point where now you're coming stories with washing hands and you're to try to exaggerate what I did as a child, because the reality is this. There was this thing about kids, right? And how kids can do inappropriate things to kids. And one definition of what would be considered sexual abuse, physical contact would be needed. Now, because what I did as a kid, the inappropriate action I did as a child did not consist of other physical. It was me doing something to myself. So they want to make me imagine that experience happening with somebody else's hands. And so that's why they create these stories. Because now this the article that's just said the basics. Like, yes, at this age, kids are impulsive. It's not, especially when there's something like that happens once. You can understand children at this point. You should not think of them as adults. They have the brain of kids. They're developing. You cannot compare an adult and a child. That kid at that age, usually kids do that. It never happens again. It's just mom, and So this obvious thing that's being said is obviously what happened, but it's not to the extent they wish it happened. That's why they want to create this user hand. This so this is a way for them to try to create this storyline, because the truth is today I'm forced to get nasty sexual stimulations in reaction to children, and they want me to identify to this manipulation. They've done that to so many others, and be like, no, but remember what you did as a kid. You see, that's proof that what you're experiencing today is just you in the way you think when you were a kid. You trash ass. First of all, you have to exaggerate what I did as a child. Second of all, of course, I'm not a child. And third of all, you do the pedophilia type of torture to so many other individuals. And I know what this is about. This is this cognitive warfare that we target individual test subject to. And they use this trash, this lowlife who's talk about how this childlike shit tell me how I raped her. Apparently, this is how they're going to frame it. Throw this trash away. Let her live this life this way. There's no amount of torture that's going to make her life any better. There's nothing that I'm going to go through that will make this person's life any better. But that's good for her. I hope that after that she continues to do this shit. Excuse my language, but this trash. Not only said some of the most disturbing things, not only they make you experience some of the most disgusting experiences you can imagine. On top of that, they still want me to look at them in something that they're not. And they make themselves sound like children. I will jump in fire than having to live my life. I'd rather than living the life these people live. The humiliation of reality, of who they work for, of what they do to children, and how they torture people, psychologically and physically, and what has been done, and who's dead now. This trash ass, nasty low life, opening the door and slamming the door as if this makes them fierce. They are the cowards. These governmental entities are contracting. Open the door, cracking that with dare. Yes, you're right. That's how you being the dares. You see, this is the bottom feeders that will grow up to be trash. And they'll be thanked by many to do this, because nobody else will want to have their children do what this trash do. Not only they say these disgusting things, but to imagine to coerce your child to frame. So what did you write? Trash. To all my target individual, be thankful. I look forward to see this shit. I look forward to see these people. I know it means that that'll be me being framed. But to see this person and know that when I see this person, oh, okay, you better watch all this. Get lost in that, because when it's done, you better get ready, you trash. They are low life that want you to accept these false memories and reality. Wipe your hands. It wasn't used anything they try. I'd rather die in hell. I'd rather struggle than flourish doing what they do. Trash ass bottom feeders. Target individuals stay strong and find dignity in what they do, and find dignity in the sufferings that you go through. Because you could be living like them. Imagine being a childlike individual and live this life. These people are not. For me, I know they will make that mistake. If I see them in person, and they want me to, and I have a video I want to show, but I was a little bit. I felt bad because I was in the elevator and there was this childlike person going to the same level. I'm like, is that one of these kids that talks to me, or is that one of these people who talk about how they're gonna frame me? You should see her face. Look at child. It's just like, oh, look at this dumbass. She has no idea what's going to come for her. She knows everything I'm going to go through. She's going to watch me struggle, scream, and no idea when anything's going to come to her. And those are the people saying this nastiness. thinking that because they sound like children, I'm going to let them escape. Okay. Target individuals stay strong. Do not identify with none of this manipulation, memories, real time, whatever. They're going to continuously try to paint an image, a, 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 a falsified reality. I know what this is about. I'm a target individual. This is a governmental entity doing this to me. My brain is going to be fried. They can create the memories the way they want it. They can create stories the way they want it. I will not let them live their fantasy. Some of them, to keep that method acting, they want to live in that fantasy. It's part of this action, the way to be able to act, to perform. That with me.